good morning or good. I don't know what to call it. Good morning. So I'm gonna call it good morning, or for the youngsters out there, some of you probably need to go home. But hey, this is Alan with D9J Sports, man. We're right back at it, and we've had an incredible day, and we've got a busy day coming up today or tomorrow. It's Saturday morning. It's like really early, but as I got through finishing watching the football game and going back through everything, all the videos I done, and checking in on all of the messages that how you get the messages in your chat space, and sending out notifications to those people that I really appreciate it. I happened to run across this video, and it really stopped me in my tracks. Right, it's about female basketball female basketball, and I happened to see a young one of the coach for the Texas A&M Aggie Zone, and she was talking about recruiting. And the very first thing, if you're my subscribers, you already know that I'm doing a series on the importance of high school football recruiting and what you need to do as far as an athlete and as a parent, what you need to do. And I guess that's just how things happen. I happen to run across it. And also another, I think it's the head coach for the basketball team at A&M, female basketball team. And there's another young lady, she has a podcast called It's Just Different Podcast. That's what it is. It's Just Different Podcast. And as I listen to them, I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it really isn't that much different from what we're talking about. The stuff that I'm talking about in our thing, and our study about college recruiting for football. So, and believe me, I've like went through the channel. I'm actually really going through it right now as I go. I've listened to a lot of the stuff, and it's incredible. It's incredible. I guess to be able to see how I'm doing the show and know how important it is for everybody to get involved with the recruiting process, and especially the parents and then the kids. So I'm not going to come off to you and tell you that I'm like this big proponent. I know a whole lot about women's basketball or basketball in general, because you know that I'm really a football guy. But I'm here to tell you this is incredible. So what I do want to tell you from the little short time that I've listened to it is that it really isn't that big of a difference when it comes to the core things. So the number one core thing is you're gonna have to be able to be fundamentally sound in what you're doing. So let's be honest. Everybody's not gonna be Juju Watson. Let's keep it real. And I know enough about basketball now to know everybody's not going to be Juju Watson, so you can forget that. But what you really need to focus in on is being yourself. So we're going to take the same kind of spin as we take in football, as I've been talking to everybody out there, the parents and the kids, about the football and about how they're getting recruited. I'm going to kind of take the same kind of spin, and then I would like for you to just check it out. It's called It's Just Different Podcast. And you really want to check it out if you have a daughter out there that's playing basketball. Okay, and especially once again, if you're in the 409. You need to share these videos, because in the end, and they're kind of saying the same thing I am, that parents, you play a big role in what's going on. So once again, if you're in the 409, you need to share this video. You need to share it, and once again, everybody's not going to be Juju Watson. You have to be yourself. So I'm going to start off by telling you that, of course, the fundamental things within any sport are going to be key to your success. Now, in basketball, even though I'm not really that big really a big follower of basketball, I do know enough to know that, basketball, you're going to get exposure. You're going to get exposure with the amount of cameras that are around, with the amount of people that are filming stuff, the amount of people that are recording stuff. You're going to get exposure. But I will tell you right now that from my point of view, and like I said, I'm not like trying to be their expert. What I'm telling you is that At an early age, you need to start working on your core fundamentals. You need to work on your core fundamentals. And then when you work on your core fundamentals, then that's going to put you a step ahead of everybody else. So the numbers in female basketball, I know this pretty much, and I don't even have to look it up. It's not going to be like college football or nothing. It's going to be a limited number. And then you've got, of course, the transfer portal. And let's be honest, the coaches are not going to be any different in a sense than a football coach. Hey, they're trying to win too. They've got to get their job. They've got to keep their job, and winning is key. So now within our area, we have Lamar right down the street. Now I love Lamar. They play in a good facility. I love it. Okay, the Montaigne Center, and then you got McNeese right across the street, and then you got Stephen F. right up the street. So there are some good facilities to play in. And let me start. I'm sorry if you're a TJC Apache. I know I am an alum. Okay, and you've got TJC, the Tyler Junior College Apaches, home of Jimmy Butler and all them. But you know what I mean. And it's a great facility. I'm actually going to a game in a couple of days, right, to do a show, and I'm going to show you guys that. But anyway, the one thing I can tell you about basketball, there are good facilities to play in. So, but now, the number one thing for parents out there, you got to make sure that your kid, your daughter is put in the best position. Send her to camps. So, if Texas A&M has a camp, send her to camp. Take her to camp, okay? Take her to camp so she can get the exposure. I believe that the more you're around things, the better off you are. Like, for instance, so my kid, everybody knows my kid Alex, right? So, and we go to football games all the time. And I take him, of course, I take him to Tyler Junior College, and I take him, to Arkansas where I played at. But I want to take him to like everywhere I can. So, for instance, if he goes to Jerry's World, Bizarro World, right, and he gets to see that. So someday, if he ever gets to a point where he's gonna play in that facility, that stadium, whatever it isn't too big for him. Same thing in basketball. You gotta network. You gotta put your kid out there, and don't be afraid. Do not be afraid to reach out to the coaches when you get there and say, hey, what do you think we need to improve on? Because everybody else is going to be doing it. Just remember that. Everybody else is going to be doing it. And I will tell you this, once again, I don't really know a lot about basketball, but I can tell you when it comes to sports, it's okay to go to the camps. That's great. But when you figure out what your weak points are, those are the things that you need to work on. So, and I'm looking, man, she's got like a lot of videos on here. What's important to you? Sports is not equal. I haven't looked at it. Sports is not equal. Working out, weight room workouts for basketball. So there are a lot of things. So, and that's why I want to jump on and do a quick video. It's called It's Just Different Podcast. And it's really, you need to check it out. And you've got the A&M coaches on there, A&M female basketball coaches. So, but remember, hey, female basketball is taking off. I'm just saying right now. So will you watch this video and then down the line say, hey, I watched Mr. Allen or Coach Duck or whatever you want to call me at D9J Sports when I was up at 2 a.m. in the morning, and I happened to watch It's Just a Different Podcast, and I started to reach out, and before you know it, I'm on the court with Texas A&M playing basketball because I put in the work. And parents, are you going to say, hey, yeah, you watched that video last night, you should have been asleep, but this is going to be your start. So check it out. It's Just Different Podcast. So, hey, this is Alan with D9J Sports. See you guys guys and girls, first thing in the morning. We'll get ready to see what Lamar and the rest of the football world is going to be talking about. I'm definitely out.